All right, welcome Grenada, Carrico, PD, Monica, and the rest of the world. I'd like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. Folks, we do this every night at 9 p.m. to 10, of course. So we are here again to tell you what's making news here in Grenada and the wider Caribbean. A lot of things about Grenada we'll be telling you tonight. All right, it's Friday. Of course, on Fridays, we make it our duty to keep the program as short as possible, so that you can get the time to do whatever you have to do in the kitchen and around the house. But of course, sometimes we still go overboard on Friday nights. But anyway, we are not staying too long tonight. We know you have a lot to accomplish. So we're going to get down to the facts. The Prime Minister announces a stimulus package due to the effects of the coronavirus. We're going to talk to you about that in a moment. Royalton release workers. We will talk about that in a moment as well. Trade unions meet with the government. We'll talk about that, all right? Night of Love 2020 cancelled due to COVID-19. As well, high demand on world market encourages GCNA to increase maize prices. And live on board and the pleasure boat passengers will not be permitted to come ashore. Marine and Yachting Advisory for Grenada, we're going to tell you about that. And Grenada announces changes in procedures in response to COVID-19 threats. Government has no jurisdiction over prices on hand sanitizers and so on, but we'll tell you more about what the plan going forward is. St. George's University donates medical supplies for COVID-19 preparedness. So we have all these and more to tell you about when we return on tonight's program. Got to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Nawasa and our folks at Digicel. So when we return, it will be real news in Olelililolo. For those of you who have not yet done so, we encourage you all the time to go ahead and share the program. When you share the program, that's how other people get to know that we are live. We're taking our very first break, and we will be back.
We enjoy the luxury of a quality water supply. But it can come to this. Have adequate storage.
Grenada is the place to be June 5th to 7th for the highly anticipated Grenada Music Festival 2020, featuring two-time Grammy Award winners Kool and the Gang, Coco T, Romaine Virgo, Marcia Griffiths, Arturo Tappan, Crossfire, Nadia Batson, Was Ways, Vaughn, and the Dancehall Emperor, Shallow Ranks. 3 nights of amazing music, great food, and pure Grenada hospitality. Grenada Music Festival 2020, June 5th to 7th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights at hotel today. This ad is sponsored by the Grenada Tourism Authority.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Are you planning an event or looking to rent tents? Then call the tent experts at Waggy T Tent Rentals. We rent tents for all occasions. Tents in different colors, styles, and 25 different sizes, from as little as 10 by 10 to as large as 100 by 40. Call us at 439-TENT. That's 439-8368. Or visit our office at Frequente Industrial Park, Grand Anse, St. George. We are Grenada's tent people.
Yes, I man. And we want to say thank you to Waggy T and them boy, being on the program. Now with Night of Love 2020, less than 8 weeks away. Grenadian entertainment company Sunshine Promotions has decided to cancel its annual staging of the Mother's Day event, which was scheduled for Saturday, 9th May 2020, and that was going to be held at the National Stadium. All right, that announcement was made tonight. They say that this is due to the COVID-19 pandemic. They say that the decision was made following the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has had global, regional, and national implications across various sectors, including health, travel, accommodation, transportation, and entertainment. They say, informed by the decision of Grenada's government, and the Ministry of Health officials who are in turn guided by the protocols of the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization, Sunshine Promotions must unfortunately confirm the cancellation of the Night of Love show. Alright, that was going to be a real good show. Thank God I cough in my studio and not in public, because yeah, what a dirty when you cough in public these days. Watch now, when you see you cough in public, everybody they do a matrix on you like a James Bond. You understand? Yeah, when you hear cough in public, people just do all kind of shimmy and thinking that shh. Yeah, and next thing you will see the heart of the bolters. Real matrix in the dog. Anyway, let me go. Let me get serious with the news right now. Alright. Yeah. One glass of water coming right up. Yeah, alright, so all the next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, the high demand on the world market encourages the GCNA to increase maize prices. Now the GCNA, they are urging more nutmeg farmers, and last night we were telling you that on the program, but we have to reiterate because already hear it. They're encouraging nutmeg farmers to increase maize production. In terms of, when all you go in the garden and thing, they'll just throw the maize and then bring it home. Because the farmers, they want you to include the maize as one of your products to the market, so as to take advantage of the increase in price and high demand on the world market. Well, don't tell me all you don't know what maize is. Maize is a red thing around the nutmeg, the nutmeg. Maize is the round thing, the red thing around the nutmeg. Alright? It has moved, folks. Brother John, hear that piece, It has moved from $8 per pound to $12 per pound, all within a few months. So the thing rockets, going skyrocket. You understand? Mr. Leo Keto, he always smiling. Mr. Leo Keto will give the worst news in the world, and the greening, why a man could green. No. So anyway, when I guys email, okay. Yeah. So he was saying, you know what, Olio, I don't know the last time I seen maize price like that. So Olio, better capitalize on the business. You understand? So Olio, organize all the self. Hang all the story. Olio, the trade unions met with the government. You all remember recently the trade unions, they were asking the government for some attention because they need to discuss plans for their members. What's going on? So they met and they had a cordial discussion, discussing all, the different aspects of things as it relates to the COVID-19. You understand? You had Mr. Nicholas Steele was there. Who else was it? Steele was there, and Dr. George Mitchell was there as well, and all the other heads of the trade unions and stuff. They were there, and both sides said it was a really good meeting.
Just to say that today we met, and the meeting began in a cordial manner, continued in a cordial manner, and ended in a cordial manner, in which we were able to discuss the urgency of COVID-19, in which we as a ministry were able to learn certain things from the Trade Union Congress members, and they were also able to learn certain things, and that we were all able to acknowledge and appreciate that we're all in this together, and we will continue to play our most significant roles that we have to in order for us to get through this as a nation.
All right, and Andre Lewis said that they appreciated the meeting, and they too believe it was a cordial meeting, and asked their members to take this whole thing serious.
Greenwich Regional Council, as has been reported, indicated by Minister Steele, have just concluded a very fruitful discussion with the Ministry of Health, and where we have congratulated the leaders, the doctors, Dr. Martin, Dr. Mason, and the minister himself, and the other supporting Dr. Mitchell. Yes, what is it, Dr. What? Mason? Well, it shows that we have good indication. Yes, for the work that they have done. We were able to highlight a number of concerns that we had and still have concerning our workers in particular and the broader population as a whole. We are also able to address certain areas that in this pressurized period may have escaped the attention of the ministry. So for instance, we have been able to bring to light, not only are we concerned about the healthcare workers and the public space workers, but in particular our police officers, for instance, who would be the ones that are expected to deal with a number of different challenges and the need for protective equipment and training to be provided for them. And that has been positively accepted by the ministry. So we are convinced that we are on the right page. Obviously, there are a number of things that are outstanding still, given the fact of our resources. But the report that has come our way is that efforts have been made to source what is necessary. We have given our commitment to continue working in the interest of the nation. So we will be prepared to help in the educating of our members, and to be calling on our members, that we are using this medium to pay particular attention to the information and requirements coming from the Ministry of Health. This thing is serious. We cannot be over-prepared. It is better at the end of the day, we all look back and say, well, yes, it appears as though we are over-prepared, rather than saying that we are sorry we did not do enough. So we are calling on our members to take all the precautionary measures that has been advised to us by the Ministry of Health.
Thank you very much, Brother Andre Lewis. All you. The Royalton Hotel is one of the new hotels out now, and according to sources, some members of staff received notice of their services not being needed at this time. And they're not taking that lightly, because they say, well, no, what's going on? Why we just, and you just, but what, you know what I mean? But we would like to tell you more about that on Monday, because we're working on a report for you. Take all the time with us. We're working on a report for you, so we could tell you, but I'm just telling you. We spoke to some of the staff in terms of what really happened. You understand? But anyway, we're moving on. Y'all, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, just finished addressing the nation. Addressed to the nation by the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister presented to the nation a stimulus package. Said this is necessary to cushion the effects of the COVID-19.
And while we anticipate that the private sector will meet payroll obligations at the end of this month, we must push forward with some preliminary concrete measures that are designed in the interim to infuse some of form of positive financial and mental impact on our workers, our businesses, and also socially vulnerable.
Folks, I know it's kind of small for you to read, but among other things, so among other things, $20 million worth of payroll support to hoteliers, restaurants, bars, small travel agents, and income support to public buses, taxi drivers, tourist vendors, and other such identified hospitality-based businesses. Also, some interesting announcements. They suspended the 2% increase in the NIS payment for the period, which is 3 months in the first instance. Suspended the monthly advance payment on corporate income tax for the period, again, a period of 3 months. Suspended the installment payments on the annual stamp tax for the period as well. All right. They also say that they are going to place on the price control list certain cleaning items to prevent price gouging at this time. There are a lot of more announcements that he made. I think there were about 14 of them, and we posted that on our page, so you could go check that out. All right. So these were some of the announcements that the Prime Minister. In fact, you could even go back to take a look at the speech, because it's already posted on our page. Audio. How are we looking for time? So here that one, right? Right. The Ministry of Health says effective immediately, live on board and pleasure boat passengers and crew will not be permitted to come ashore in Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Martinique. They are being urged to contact the Grenada Ports Authority or the appropriate marina via VHF and follow prescribed procedures for receiving supplies. The requirements are enforced by immigration and public health regulations. Failure to comply may result in fines and arrest. Now, the ministry says any establishment engaging live on board passengers and their crew members is subject to stringent measures. Also, for the marine and yachting industry, here is an advisory going out to you as well. Now, effective 11:59 p.m. tonight, March 20th, all crew and passengers aboard pleasure craft and live aboard will not be allowed to disembark on the shores of Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Martinique. All passengers and crew are encouraged to make the necessary calls again, the VHF, and follow the prescribed procedures to receive supplies and fuel as needed. Prior to 11:59 p.m. on Friday, which is tonight, all vessels already in the state of Grenada will be allowed to remain, but must follow the established health and safety protocols. According to the Immigration Act of Grenada, no person shall enter Grenada except at a port of entry. Also, a person entering Grenada by sea shall not disembark without consent of an immigration officer, and the master of a ship shall not allow any person to disembark without such consent. The Ministry of Health, through the Sanitary Authority, says any person who contravenes or fails or refuses to comply with any of these provisions will be fined or detained. And that advisory, like any other, is subject to change. Now, Olia, how are we looking for time? We say we ain't keeping all little long. No, I'm Grenlec boy. Yes, so we have this one for you from Grenlec. Now, Grenlec announces changes in procedures in response to the COVID-19 threat. Now, as an essential service provider, Grenlec's first priority is to safeguard you and your team members while maintaining a reliable electricity supply for your homes, businesses and emergency response facilities. Now, they say we are monitoring the development related to COVID-19 pandemic and will adjust our plans as required. Consequently, we are providing these temporary guidelines for interacting with us. We anticipate your cooperation as we work together to limit the potential impact of the COVID-19. Now, according to Grenlec, now, if you are exhibiting any cold, flu, or COVID-19 symptoms, please postpone your visit to us and ask someone you trust to do it for you. Also, we strongly encourage you to use online banking and our check drop boxes to make payments to Grenlec. If you choose to visit us, please maintain at least 6 feet distance between yourself, our team members, and other customers. Bear in mind that we may not be able to accommodate all customers inside of our customer care center at the same time. Service may be slower. Please be patient with us. We have changed our cleaning procedures to meet the recommendations from the health officials, including wiping door handles and counters periodically throughout the day. For bill balances, call our 24-hour bill inquiry service at 237. Keep your access number ready and select 2. Call us at 237 for other information or email customersupport@grenlec.com. They say that we urge you to follow the advice from the World Health Organization and our Ministry of Health to wash your hands frequently with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or sanitize them in soap and water if soap and water are not available. All right, and they gave the other recommendations. All right, good. So that's from Grenlec. Now, in recent weeks, now we're talking about something else. In recent weeks, consumers have been complaining about increasing prices of various sanitizing products, particularly that of hand sanitizer. Following on advice from the health officials, persons are being told when soap and water is not readily available, they can use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Now on the list of must-have items during this pandemic period, price gouging comes into effect. It refers to where a seller randomly increases prices of goods and services or commodities higher than it's considered, that's higher than what is considered reasonable. Right? So the government says that they do not have jurisdiction over these prices. However, they are taking steps so that one, they can lessen the blow for you, right? So they will, as you would have heard in the Prime Minister's address, be adding on the list of essentials so that, the prices can be a little more reasonable. 1 and 2, you have the ability to report, all right, these people to the Consumer Affairs Department, right? Give them a call and let them know where you had that incident, if you know the person's name also, but most importantly, where, and you will need to give them the price of the item and they would take it from there. All right, now we are moving on. The next thing that we need to tell all our world boys is St. George's University. It ain't in news again. Good thing. St. George's University has been continuing to respond to the global outbreak of the coronavirus and has been working closely with the government of Grenada to assist with preparations for enhancing the public health infrastructure of the country in addressing the coronavirus pandemic, says the SGU in a press release. At this time, SGU says SGU is in the process of providing medical equipment to the Ministry of Health, which will be donated to the Grenada General Hospital and Laboratory to support both local needs and those of students to best prepare the island's healthcare system for the potential threat. It says that as in past crises, crises, SU stands with the people and government of Grenada to address any challenges and provide appropriate support as we face this challenge together, says Dr. Charles Modica, Chancellor of the SGU. Additionally, SGU has encouraged its international students to return home to lessen the burden of the health system and has facilitated these efforts by chartering aircraft that have made a number of flights to major US and Canadian hubs. It says, quote, "No one knows how long this pandemic will last, so it is imperative that we do our part to help reduce the density of people on the island and free up resources for those who need it most." That's according to the Chancellor. So of course, folks, we're telling you again, as you say that they are remaining committed to helping us go through this difficult time, all right? And so they're organizing the business. All right, I tell all the way, keeping all too long. Let me see if there's anything else I need to tell all the bold boy. Well, yeah, the Prime Minister made a little visit to some of the hotels and so on. Probably could tell him more about that next week. But it's fine. Yeah, I don't want to keep all too long tonight. Yeah, probably could tell her about that next week. So, yeah, I mean, anyway, yeah. Right, so those of you who have not yet done so, we would like to encourage you to please share the program, because when you do so, you know that's how everybody else gets to know that we are alive. We heard about the stimulus plan. We told you some of the most important things coming out for Grenadians right now. You know that now persons from the US coming into Grenada, you know that you'll be quarantined and so on. Persons who are not Grenadians coming from the US, hey, sorry, but you will not be accepted in the country. All right, that's according to the latest travel advisory coming in from the government. And of course, there are more measures to be taken. Grenada to date has not recorded any confirmed cases of the COVID-19. We're taking a break, coming back in a moment. Don't even think about moving to go anywhere.
We enjoy the luxury of a quality water supply. But it can come to this. Have adequate storage.
Grenada is the place to be June 5th to 7th for the highly anticipated Grenada Music Festival 2020, featuring two-time Grammy Award winners Kool and the Gang, Coco T, Romaine Virgo, Marcia Griffiths, Arturo Tappan, Crossfire, Nadia Batson, Wasways, Vaughn, and the Dancehall Emperor, Chavo Ranks. 3 nights of amazing music, great food, and pure Grenada hospitality. Grenada Music Festival 2020, June 5th to 7th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights at hotel today. This ad is sponsored by the Grenada Tourism Authority.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Are you looking to rent chairs and tables? Then call Waggy T Rentals. We rent tables and chairs for any event. We have 7 different types of chairs: plastic, folding chairs, gray and white, resin white chairs, conference chairs, even Shivari chairs in gold and white. We also rent 6 feet and 8 feet rectangular folding tables, 4 feet and 5 feet round tables, and even cocktail tables. Give us a call at 444-RENT. That's 444-7368. Or visit our office at Frequente Industrial Park, Grand Anse, St. George.
All right, that sounds perfect. Okay, so we've been telling you about Axel Finance, and they're giving you the opportunity to win big. So you can check out Axel Finance's supermarket shopping spree, and it's up to $3,000 in rewards for you. All right, Axel Finance, helping thousands of customers and small businesses in Grenada. For more information about this and any other promotion, you can call or text 416-8222. And remember, Axel Finance is the leading regional microfinance institution. Folks, right now what we have for you is the National Report.
Prime Minister to update the nation tonight on government's plans to deal with challenges being posed by COVID-19. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Friday, March 20th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will deliver a national address at 8 o'clock tonight to update the nation on his government's plans to address challenges being posed by COVID-19. Dr. Mitchell is expected to address the economic and financial impacts of COVID-19 on the economy. The address comes on the heels of the latest advisory for citizens to avoid non-essential travel to Iran, South Korea, China, the USA, and Europe, including the United Kingdom and Ireland. The advisory states that Grenadian nationals or residents will be self-quarantined for a period of 14 days upon arrival into Grenada from any of the above-mentioned countries. It also states that effective Friday, March 20th at 11:59 p.m., non-nationals who in the last 14 days have been to Iran, South Korea, China, or anywhere in Europe, including the UK, will be refused entry into the country. And effective Saturday, March 21st at 11:59 p.m., the USA will be added to the advisory. The address will be broadcast live on the Government Information Service Channel 22 as well as its Facebook page. As Grenada continues its response to safeguard and protect the health interest of all Grenadians, Health Minister the Honourable Nicholas Steele on Friday led a government delegation to a face-to-face meeting with trade union leaders to discuss the country's ongoing preparedness and response to the coronavirus. Continued public education, partnerships, the national response, reasons for taking early action and possible next steps, as well as the economic impact on workers' safety were among some of the areas discussed. And from all indications, the meeting was cordial and positive. Following the meeting, the Honourable Nicholas Steele, the Minister for Health, Social Security and International Business, and union leaders spoke with members of the media.
In general, there is the agreement that we're all in this together. There were relevant discussions on the health and safety of our citizens as a whole, but in particular with each and every representative here, their members specifically, and also the other pertinent issue that is on everybody's minds, the economic impact that this would have on a nation, and again, from each individual union representative here, specific to their membership. There were discussions on all of those. There is a consensus as to where we are now and that we must continue to work together on it.
Andrew Lewis, the president of the Trades Union Council, expressed gratitude for the efforts made by the minister to keep abreast at this time.
We are convinced that we are on the right page. Obviously, there are a number of things that are standing still given the fact of our resources. But the report that has come our way is that efforts have been made to source what is necessary. We have given our commitment to continue working in the interest of the nation. So we will be prepared to help in the education educating of our members and to be calling on our members, that we are using this medium to pay particular attention to the information and requirements coming from the Ministry of Health. This thing is serious. We cannot be over-prepared. It is better at the end of the day, we all look back and say, well, yes, it appears as though we are over-prepared, rather than saying that we are sorry we did not do enough.
Representative for Public Sector Workers Rachel Roberts is supportive of the actions of the Ministry of Health.
We want to reassure our healthcare workers that with the Ministry of Health, we are working assiduously to support the Ministry of Health and to ensure that all the necessary systems are put in place for their protection, for their occupational health and safety in this crisis. And that we expect that also healthcare workers would take the necessary responsibility that they also have to ensure their health and safety.
Friday's meeting was also attended by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Mr. Charlton Henry, Acting Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Francis Martin, Dr. George Mitchell, the former Chief Medical Officer, who is coordinating Grenada's national response, and Labour Commissioner Cyrus Griffith. A Marine and Yachting Advisory issued for Grenada says effective 11:59 p.m. on Friday, March 20th, all crew and passengers aboard pleasure craft and those living on board will not be allowed to disembark on the shores of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. All passengers and crew are encouraged to make contact via VHF and follow prescribed procedures for receiving their supplies and fuel as needed. Prior to 11:59 p.m. on Friday, all vessels already in the state of Grenada will be allowed to remain, but must follow the established health and safety protocols. The Immigration Act of Grenada states that no person shall enter Grenada except at a port of entry. A person entering Grenada by sea shall not disembark without the consent of an immigration officer, and the master of a ship shall not allow any person to disembark without such consent. The Ministry of Health, through the Sanitary Authority, says any person who contravenes or fails or refuses to comply with any of these provisions will be fined or detained. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
COVID-19 spreads from person to person through the droplets that are produced when someone coughs or sneezes, which makes it easy to spread between people in close contact. Now let's get prepared to stay healthy.
To reduce your chance of catching or spreading COVID-19, practice these simple everyday preventative measures. Droplets can also land on surfaces, so ensure that you wash your hands frequently for a minimum of 20 seconds or sing the happy birthday song twice. Avoid touching your face, especially your eyes, nose, and mouth. If soap and water are not readily available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with an alcohol content between 60 and 90%. 70% is ideal.
When you cough or sneeze, cover your nose and mouth with a flexed elbow or a tissue. Dispose of the tissue immediately and then wash your hands. If you notice someone has a fever and cough or other symptoms of respiratory illness, avoid close contact when possible. Let's all do our part to ensure that each and every Grenadian remains healthy. Our health is our collective responsibility.
And finally in the news, Minister for Education, the Honorable Emmeline Pearce, says her ministry is putting plans in place to ensure that the education sector is secured through a level of professionalism. Models and ideas have been brought forward to safeguard the quality of teachers recruited.
There was a time when we were pretty comfortable with coming from outside to the inside and starting to teach the day that you get on the inside, meaning I'm recruited on Friday and I start teaching on Monday. And for a very long time we were very comfortable with this. But we have come to the realization that there's an urgency to change that. So just as you go to prepare to be a nurse or a doctor, it means that we have to now be looking at professionalizing the service a lot more than it is now. So we go to learn to teach, and then we get recruited to teach. And I think that would also increase the possibility of recruiting people who really want to teach.
She says in the interim, government has been providing tuition support to increase the expertise of both principals and teachers in the system. Minister Pierce says training and development must be a critical factor in the workforce to ensure efficiency.
What we have been doing additionally over the past couple months is that we have been providing full tuition support to a number of teachers. I am certain right now we are close to about 100 teachers who are on full tuition support from the government of Grenada. Right now we have an entire class, over 20 teachers at SU. They are actually studying psychology, and they are studying psychology with the intention of providing better service for special needs students. So these are persons who are in the special needs unit within our schools, and they are working with special needs students, but we realize the need to train them even further, and we are saying the total cost of that training, we have looked at the possibility of funding that in full.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, and to the team at the GIS, big up to all yourself. All right, guys. Okay, what do we have next? We have to tell you the weather. All right, let's see what the weather is like. For tonight, we expect some light to moderate scattered showers. All right, and that's sometime after midnight. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour, gusting higher with showers, and the seas are moderate, waves 5 to 7 feet in open waters. Now, a small craft advisory remains in effect. Tides are going to be high at 2:15 a.m. And tonight's minimum temperature, just around 23 degrees. Oh yeah, that's chilly. 23 degrees Celsius. For Saturday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate morning showers, improving by evening. And the maximum temperature, 29.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 23.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And seas moderate waves 5 to 7 feet in northerly swells. And a warning, a small craft advisory will be in effect for Saturday. Let's take a look at Sunday. Now for Sunday, the weather is expected to be generally fair with occasional partly cloudy spells, becoming cloudy at times overnight with light to moderate showers. And the maximum temperature for Sunday, 30 degrees Celsius, minimum 23.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with 4 to 6 feet in open waters. And there will be no marine advisory in effect on Sunday. And so that's it. I want to say happy birthday to my brother Michael. I do hope that you had a really good, to my brother, yes, twin brother, I hope you had a really exciting day today, and that you live to see many more birthdays to come. All right, be good. Alistair, Jane, Doris, Maureen, Zaka, Ezran, Joyous, Rose, Mishi, Trevelyn, Shireen, Kireen, Hazel, Deborah, Rhonda, Shireen, I said that already, Doris, Eunice, and Rachel. Thank you for watching. Colette, I see you're there. Irma is there as well, and John and Joanne Johnson, Johnson, Never Bow, Fraser, big up, and Shortcake, everybody else, big up all yourself, right? Thank you for watching, and we will touch base. Danica and Patricia, I see that you're there as well. So all you, Josephine, everybody, Joycelyn, take care of yourself. Mom, Lintona, Rena, Meryl, Mr. McQueen, everyone else, thank you for watching. God bless you. We'll touch base again on Monday, God's willing. If there's any reason for us to be back live, during the course of the weekend, then by all means we will be back. God bless you guys. Have a good one and be safe. Remember to wash your hands.